It happened again, that gut-wrenching smash right outside my door, shattering the quiet morning like a bad dream you can't shake. Tires squealing off into the distance, my coffee spilling everywhere as I bolted to the porch, heart pounding because I knew exactly what I'd find. There it was, my sturdy blue mailbox crumpled like a soda can, sprawled in the dirt amid my trampled daisies, bits of metal twisted and warm to the touch, the air thick with scorched rubber and exhaust. And vanishing down the road, that black behemoth of an SUV with Linda behind the wheel, her pudgy face cracking up in laughter through the window, and her identical twin Brenda in the passenger seat, phone out, recording the whole damn thing like it was primetime entertainment. This was the fourth hit in 3 months, and I was done playing nice. You see, when Linda and Brenda rolled into our quiet suburb in Maplewood about 8 months back, it was like a storm cloud parked itself over the block. They were these mid-40s forces of chaos, always in those gaudy floral muumuus that smelled like cheap vanilla candles and sweat, huffing and puffing as they waddled around, turning every little thing into a battlefield. Their SUV, this jacked-up black Suburban they called the Empress Cruiser, was their throne on wheels, and they drove it like they owned the streets, blocking garages, cranking bass-heavy tunes till the wee hours, even sicking the HOA on folks for nonsense like, "Your dog's bark is too judgmental." But my mailbox? That became their personal vendetta. Started innocent enough, or so they claimed. A whoops graze that cracked the post. Me fixing it without a fuss because, hey, neighbors deserve a mulligan. Then the second time, they plowed through it full throttle. And when I cornered Brenda later, sipping her oversized slushie, she just smirked. "Maybe park it farther back, hun. Ugly things like that are accident magnets." Her voice dripping with that fake sweet venom, like she was doing me a solid by pointing out my flaw. I bit back, "That's standard placement city code," but she waved it off. "Well, city's got bad taste then, or maybe you're angling for a payout? Insurance scam much?" It stung, because deep down, I sensed this wasn't random. Turns out they'd clashed with the previous owner over a fence line dispute, and when I bought the place, I inherited their grudge. This twisted power play where they flexed their entitlement to make the new guy squirm, whispering to HOA buddies about how I was disrupting the vibe with my quiet life. I tried the high road, reported to the HOA who mumbled about neighborly chats, then the cops who shrugged it off as civil stuff, need proof of intent. So I shelled out for a top-notch camera, wide lens, motion-triggered, and bam. 2 weeks later, I watched live on my phone as Linda revved from blocks away, veering sharp, bouncing the curb, slamming dead center, wood splintering like fireworks, Brenda cackling so hard her soda sloshed. Proof in hand, I marched over the next day, printout waving. "Care to explain this?" Linda barely glanced. Fake news deepfake crap, while Brenda chimed in, not even pausing her snack unload. "You're harassing us now? That box was begging for it, too close to the curb. City's idiots, or you're scheming." My blood boiled. That smug wall of denial hitting like a slap. I wasn't mad anymore, just weary, soul-tired of patching what they wrecked, their laughter echoing in my head like a taunt. That night, alone in the garage under that flickering bulb, staring at the debris, I hit my breaking point. Why defend when I could deter? Scrolled forums late into the night. Rural folks sharing war stories of vandal-proof fortresses, steel beasts that turned the tables, one post captioning a armored setup. Hit once, regretted forever. It clicked. This feud stemmed from their HOA clout, pulling strings to bully newcomers. But I could flip it, make my stand a symbol. So I built the beast, clearing space in the garage, gloves on, channeling every ounce of frustration into something unbreakable. Not just a mailbox, but a quiet rebellion, a trap disguised as everyday. Grabbed a thick steel pole from the junkyard, 6 feet tall with half buried in concrete laced with rebar, welded tight under sparks that lit up the night like my resolve firing up. The box itself? Plain black metal on top but bolted to a half-inch plate, filled solid, unassuming bait that screamed, "Try me." Poured the mix at dawn, sweat stinging my eyes as the sun rose, arms aching but spirit humming. By morning it stood sentinel blending in, but I knew it was armored for war. Days past tense, me peeking from the blinds as the twins eyed it, Brenda muttering loud enough, "He slapped up another eyesore. Think it'll hold?" Linda jingling keys. "Give it a day, sis." Their floral get-ups flapping like warning flags. Then, the morning hit, 6:30 sharp, engine roar building like thunder. I dropped my mug, raced to the window, heart in throat as the Empress cruiser charged, Linda gripping the wheel like a mad racer, Brenda filming, yelling, "Floor it!" Impact, crunch of metal folding, tire popping, hood buckling in a hiss of steam, the SUV lurching to a halt on my grass, smoking like a defeated dragon. They tumbled out, Linda clutching her wrist, face twisted in shock and fury, her hibiscus dress ripped. You booby-trapped us!" Brenda limping, phone dangling. "That's assault, metal monster, illegal." I stepped out calm, recording. "Nah, just a code-approved mailbox on my turf. You rammed it on cam again." The rush? Electric. Years of pent-up pushback surging as Officer Jenkins rolled up. The same guy who'd dismissed me before. Whistling at the wreck. Intentional hit, ladies. His setup's legit. Linda sputtered, turning purple. "He wrecked my baby!" But Jenkins just smirked. "Looks like your baby picked the wrong fight." The fallout snowballed sweet. Insurance nuked their claim after my footage drop. Deliberate act. Not covered. $7,000 out of pocket. Brenda's edited clip hit socials, painting me as the villain. But my uncut version exploded on forums. 1 million views overnight. Memes dubbing it Twin Terrors versus Iron Sentinel. Folks cheering neighborhood hero. It flipped the script, exposing their HOA manipulations. Turns out they'd greased palms to dodge fines. But now neighbors whispered back, old Mrs. Harlow next door muttering tacky tyrants as she passed. They didn't fold, though. Petty strikes ramped up, trash bags dumped at night, ketchup slathered on my fortress, caught on cam again, me uploading sauce sabotage saga, comments roasting them as floral fiends gone feral. A sticky note slipped in. "Watch your back. You started this." Motive clear now. Their grip on the block slipping, jealousy boiling over my defiance. HOA meeting turned showdown. They filed complaints, me countering with a dossier thick as a novel. Clips, timelines, neighbor affidavits from the kid they tried bribing to TP my yard, the couple whose garden they tire-tracked for skipping their bake sale. Board prez, grizzled Mr. Dawson sighed. "This ends now. Fines stacking weekly till you chill or court." Linda exploded. "You're all puppets." Brenda sobbing, but the dam broke. Code folks hit their yard for hazards like that rickety grill and junk pile, $2,000 due. Their GoFundMe? Flopped at $15, donors quipping for therapy, maybe? The cruiser got towed, a sad carcass hauled away as I watched from my porch, iced tea in hand, waving ironic. Topper? Linda's bank job suspended after HR saw the vid. Conduct unbecoming a teller. Brenda paced their stoop, flinging pebbles my way, muttering curses, but they were isolated, wilted flowers in a drought. Peace settled like a long exhale. Mornings quiet, birds chirping, no revving engines or toxic vibes. Me touching that steadfast steel, feeling the wind sink in, a shift from victim to victor. But one dawn, spotting Brenda across the street, eyes locked not in rage but cold scheming, I paused. Folks like them don't vanish, they simmer, plotting comebacks in the shadows, maybe rallying allies or twisting rules anew. Was my trap justice or escalation? Did I cross a line fortifying my space? Or was it fair play in a rigged game? Anyway, that's my tale. Wild, right? Drop a like if it hit home, subscribe for more real-life showdowns where the underdog bites back, and hit that bell. Now tell me in the comments, was I the hero or just as petty? What's your take on neighborhood feuds? Fight fire with fire or turn the other cheek? Share your stories. Let's debate this mess.